So for some reason, this should always be turned on. This was actually like off because I forgot there was actually a timer set on this before. So since it was set to off, this was not turning on. So once it's on, then you see this light up here. I'll just show you. It's off. Both of these need to be lit up in order for this unit to start. So once you see that, you're good to go. So now let's see, that's fully open. So 15 seconds is normally what it takes for this door to close. But since this valve is open, it's not gonna lock. So I'll wait for 15 seconds and I'll show you the right way to do it here. But essentially this always has to be closed before you turn this on. Otherwise it's not gonna start and nothing else is gonna work. So let's see, we're almost at 15 seconds here.
Are these different settings for any reason, or you're going to really do the setting inside? Or?
They're the same settings. The only difference here, you just got the timer outside. This is everything in here, out here is the same in there besides the call button and the lighting. But we've had 15 seconds pass. Normally, if this valve was closed, this door would be locked, but you can tell it's not locked. And not only you can tell it's not locked, the door is not only opening, but the system's shutting down. So it's like, okay, something's wrong here. So the right way to do this, we make sure that this valve is closed. You can see the buttons here. This needs to be all the way closed. And now we try again. So it's gonna take 15 seconds. And the important part here to remember, I'll say this again. For some reason you don't wanna do your session, let this run for at least 15, 20 seconds, because if you turn this on and don't let it run for the full 15 seconds, you're gonna put too much pressure on the door. So the next time you try and run in a session, it's got that built up pressure plus whatever else is going on. So gradually you'll be able to hear it too and see it, that this door is locking. And I'll show you too, I'll try and lift it up here in a second. But this door is actually gonna lock here in a second. And like I said, I'll send you guys all these videos so you make sure you have everything, and I'm not gonna leave you guys without making sure you guys have everything right under your belt. But essentially, this door should be locked here momentarily. Yeah, I can't lift that. So it's pressurized. It's pressurized now. I can't do anything there, so it's pressurized in that regard. So now you don't wanna just go boom, 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 boom. You gotta take your time. So once that pressurized, that's fine. You got the O2, you can hear that going on here. And I talked to them earlier about this. You won't really have to worry about this. I've got this all in the videos for you guys. But you wanna at least make sure that this setting for your O2 is set between at least 2 and 10. Right now I've got it at between 10 and 8 for just to kind of help in regards to the optimization of the machine. And so that's been running for a second already. So then you're good to put the air purification on. Just kind of take your time there. And these aren't necessarily needed, but in your kind of warm Florida climate, you probably want to do it, you know? So it's the same thing. You're going to make sure you go from left to right always, and that's the same case when you're turning it off. And I'll make sure to talk about that again here later. But we've got that going. So now we'll put that. And to ever know too, for some reason you were like, oh, is that actually going to work? You can always test it from here. I can feel the humidify working here. And this is actually a humidity jar. I'll talk about that again later. But this is where your humidity jar is going to catch all that, and you can take this off later and dump it. Yeah, I can feel the air, it's working, so that's working fine. That's been running for a moment, and this is what's going to really like cool your system down. The refrigerator right here is what's going to cool things down.
When you say cool down, it's going to cool the chamber down?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you can feel it, you can feel that right here. For some reason, you're like, oh, is that actually working? You can feel the air coming out here. So those are the main components of the system there. And now, this is just your call button. Inside, I'll show you again, but inside there's a call button. For some reason, you want to need to like call someone out on the outside. I mean, they'll be able to hear you essentially and like talk to you inside. And That's all that does. So, but you can kind of see the pressure building already, and it's set to 100. So it's going to take a moment to get up to 100. And I'll show you this again, but once it actually is getting close to 100 here, because of the system and recognizing, okay, we need to keep it at 100 kPAs for you, 100 pressure, this gauge here is naturally going to start releasing air just to keep you at that 100 pressure the entire time. So you don't have to ever worry.
It's almost like a relief valve. Once you get the 100, it keeps you.
Yes, sir, exactly. Yeah, it keeps you at 100. So you got that. So yeah, at that point, we're just kind of waiting for it to get to 100, and this is the waiting game.